Okay, so I wanted to make this video because this just happened to me and I kind of want part of my emotional reaction. Car reservations. It's kind of how you do it, especially with the chip shortage and all these new models and people trying to use the Tesla online way of doing things as like the new way to get a car. Not necessarily an EV specifically, but just any car. In fact, we just went through an experience with Hyundai for the new Santa Cruz that I just had to share. You put your $100 down and they say you've reserved a vehicle, but you have not reserved a vehicle. You have given Hyundai $100. That's it. If the dealership doesn't have any demand for the vehicle, then they will contact you and tell you that your reservation is ready. Otherwise, they'll just sell the vehicle, completely ignoring all the reservations. I found the Hyundai Santa Cruz I wanted 120 miles away in Ohio at a dealership there. What it was an allotment that they were going to get, but they were not very straightforward about that. They knew they were getting the allotment. They did not tell me they were getting the allotment because what they did also know was that the vehicle was already sold to somebody else. In fact, the next vehicle that was a copy of that one had already been sold to someone else. So the reservation process, you put $100 down online, at least from Hyundai, is not anything at all except you giving Hyundai $100. They do not consider it a reservation. They do not consider it an allotment for a car, and you are definitely not in line. So I just wanted to talk about that. Also, the Ford Lightning, I went to the Ford dealership. They were just like, well, it just depends on demand. We don't know anything about the Ford Lightning. We don't even know anything about the Mach-E. The dealership where I'm at locally has not even sold a Mach-E. And it's because they don't have an incentive to. They don't specifically get anything because it's not specifically on their lot. So they don't want to sell it. They don't want you to buy it. And they don't care if you want one or not. I just want you to proceed with caution if you are reserving a vehicle and it's not a Tesla. That's how you literally buy a Tesla. But if you're reserving one through a traditional OEM, you're going to have a struggle when it comes to actually getting whatever it is you ordered, whether it be an EV or a standard car, especially a new car. The Ford Maverick is a great example. You reserve one of those, and 2 or 3 days later, the dealership contacts you and says something like, "Oh, we noticed you're looking for a car. Please let us know what you want." Where online, you've configured it specifically to what you want. So all of that information that you give, they try to make it like it doesn't exist at the dealership, when in fact they do have it. They have been looking at it, but they won't tell you that. In fact, they'll tell you the exact opposite. So definitely proceed with caution when it comes to reservations. And I don't have no experience. I've reserved a Ford Lightning, 2 Apteras, the Fisker Ocean. In fact, I did a video on that. You can check it out here. That's a $250 reservation, in fact. Cybertruck, very early on during the presentation of the Cybertruck back in 2019. I can't believe it's been that long ago, but I reserved one of those. And I have others, many other vehicles I've reserved, and I am waiting for to come to life, if you will. I don't know if I'll get any of them. In fact, I've done a video on whether I might get them or not on my E is for EV channel, which we're rebuilding a Volkswagen bus, and we cover EV stuff too. But really the point here is, if you want a car and it's just coming out, ignore the reservation. Go to the dealership that you want to buy it from. Take the traditional channels and try to get it that way. Put a large sum of money down if you really want the vehicle, especially if it's somewhere where you've shopped before, which is another problem we're all running into, is that, I've never really been interested in a Ford. No offense to Ford. It's just I've never been interested specifically in a Ford, and now I am because of the Ford Lightning, and I don't have really any reputation or relationship with Ford or its dealerships, and they know that. So definitely proceed with caution. If you have a story, please share it in the comments. If you want me to talk about any other reservation process, please let me know. The Honda Clarity is gone, so where do we go? Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Have a great day.